Alright guys, today we're going to be attempting to create the ultimate CS2 investing tier list. Now I asked you guys for ideas of what you guys would buy if you had to go all in on one singular item at today's prices. What would you be buying? And I took your guys' responses and I threw some of them, or just some of the ones that I kind of randomly picked out onto this tier list here. Things like the Dreamz and Nightmares case. And in this video today, I'm going to be putting these all into a tier list because all the time I get people asking, hey, what should I invest in? Is this a good investment? Is that a good investment? Whatever. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my rankings, my tier list, my thoughts and opinions on a ton of different CS2 investing ideas, so maybe you guys can go make some decisions of your own. If you are looking to turn your CS2 skins into cash simple and easy, look no further than today's sponsor, sellyourskins.com. Simply go to the top right hand corner and click sign in with Steam. Then you're going to select the skins that you want to sell, and then you're going to go over to the right side and select one of their many convenient payment options like PayPal, Venmo, or even Bitcoin. And you can also use the code JERM, J-E-R-M, to claim an extra 5% bonus on your cash out. So definitely make sure you go take advantage of that awesome discount today with that first link description below. And thank you to sellyourskins.com for sponsoring this video. So we're starting off with the first recommendation by you guys today, which is going to be the Dreamz and Nightmares case. Now to me, I love cases, and I think the Dreamz and Nightmares case is an amazing case. It has really strong unboxing numbers. It has good skins. It has amazing golds. This thing is always going to have genuine demand. It's always going to have a lot of popularity. People love it for good reason, but it is an active duty case, and it is an expensive active duty case. And not only is it an active duty case, it's an active duty case that people love. And that means Valve is actually incentivized to keep it in the active duty for longer. And as it gets more and more expensive, which it has had some nice price appreciation, but as it gets more and more expensive, that also gives it less room to grow and less room to pop, at least in my opinion, once it actually does enter the rare drop pool, whenever that happens. Could literally be years from now. So overall, I don't think there's, it's not a terrible investment because it is still a CS2 case, but I would have to start the Dreamz and Nightmares case off in the B tier. Now, I do think overall it's going to be pretty hard for many cases to be below B tier, but right now, if I was going to invest in cases, Dreamz and Nightmares would be very, 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 very low down on my rankings. It's an amazing case. It doesn't mean you can't make money with it, but it's not towards the top of this tier list at least. Next up, we have, somebody said Elite Trapper Soulman, and I'm not even just going to say Elite Trapper Soulman, I'm just going to say agents in general. Obviously, Elite Trapper Soulman, I know, has a lot of, like, memeage and jokes and price manipulation and stuff going on with him right now, but the agent market in general has been on fire recently, and at times in the past, I have invested in agents. I do think overall agents are a way that you can make money, and if you're somebody that really wants to specialize and become an expert in the agent market and figure out, which agents are undervalued, which agents are overvalued, figure out, different combinations of patches on agents and all that stuff, you can definitely make money with agents. But my fears and my doubts about agents is a couple of different things. One, as the prices of all agents keeps getting higher and higher and higher, which it does, they start to become a less attractive investment for me. I also really don't like that agents are a non-consumable item. The overall amount of agents that has been created, there's not more agents being created, at least not yet, but that number is not going down. We don't have a decreasing supply of agents, where like something like cases or certain other investments, you actually do have a decreasing supply. So I think that's another thing I'm worried about for agents. And also for agents, of course, you do have the risk of Valve releasing new agents at some point in the future. And there's some agents that are always going to be unique and interesting. Ones like Number K, I think are pretty unique. There'll never be another Number K, but for a lot of other agents out there could be a new cool shiny agent that gets released in the new Armory set that really kind of takes the shine away from a lot of these other agents. So overall, I don't think agents are terrible. I just don't think they're great at all. I would put them in the C tier, to be honest, and it'd honestly be pretty close to low C tier. I think at one point agents were a little bit undervalued, and obviously agent prices have kept going up as Valve hasn't released any new agents in CS2. But I do think that day is coming. I'm staying far away from agents, at least right now, at these prices. Next up, we have the Snakebite case. This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite investments right now. I'm just going to go ahead and move the Snakebite case up into the S tier. There's not much to talk about here. It is a rare case with amazing unboxing numbers. Yes, it doesn't have great skins. Yes, it doesn't have great golds, but that has not mattered. It's a rare case. The newest case added to the rare drop pool. The cheapest rare case has insane unboxing numbers. The supply of this thing is going down fast, and the price is appreciating very quickly. Honestly, one of my favorite CS2 investments in all of the CS2 markets right now. If I was putting my money all in on one thing, the Snakebite case would definitely be close to the top, if not the very top of my list. So I love the Snakebite case, especially. Yes, I would have rather bought it, a year ago, but still, even at these current prices, I think Snakebite case has a bright future ahead of it. Next up, we have stickers from the Armory. Now, again, if we're talking about overall stickers from the Armory, I do think all stickers from the Armory will do pretty well if and when they go discontinued, which I do think will happen. I think the current collections and the current stickers and everything we see in the Armory right now will be rotated out, and then the stickers will do well. But if I had to decide between the Elemental Craft and the Character Craft stickers, I'm definitely going with the Elemental Craft stickers. And for me, the biggest investment grade stuff is going to be that cheap stuff in the Elemental Craft sticker collection. When I've looked at not major, but when I looked at operation stickers in the past, the cheaper stuff has seemed to outperform and seem to do better. You want to get the cheap stuff that's actually good looking, that actually has high application rates. And if you're able to do that and this stuff goes discontinued, I think you'll be able to make a lot of money. Now, the only thing is those are going to be very cheap. They're going to, take a long time to sell. They're going to take a long time for price to appreciate. You're going to have to use a lot of storage units and stuff like that. But overall, this is an A tier investment for me. I think the cheap Elemental Craft stickers that actually look good could make you a nice little bit of money. And it's honestly a nice budget investment. If you have a smaller portfolio, smaller inventory, smaller budget, that could be a great way to get started, because some of those stickers are very, very, very cheap, and it's not going to take much to send the price kind of soaring on them. Next up, we have glitter stickers. There's a lot of people talking about glitter stickers lately because obviously the Austin Major does not have glitter. So we had a couple years and a couple majors of glitter stickers coming out, and now they are no more. So people are like, hey, maybe glitter stickers are the move right now. And to me, this is not the move. I'm staying away from this. I'm still staying away from major stickers in general right now, but especially glitters. They were cheap. They were huge supply. Glitters were a part of Paris, which is not a good thing. Obviously, we know the supplies of Paris is absolutely insane. And just because there has not been glitters at one single major does not mean we can't get glitters at a future major. Valve can honestly bring them back at any point, because if we do get another borderless major at some point, yeah, Valve could do foils of borderless. They could do glitters of borderless again. We don't really know. Maybe Valve's just taking a break. Maybe they're done with glitter for their borderless for all the stickers. I don't really know, but either way, this is not a train that I'm trying to jump on right now. I'm still, staying away from major stickers. It doesn't mean you can't make money. It doesn't mean it's the worst investment in the world, but there's just probably better places to put your money. I have glitter stickers in the F tier. Next up, I have the Skeleton Ruby here, but the thing that somebody said in the YouTube comments was stat track gems. Now, obviously, this is, again, not something that I'm necessarily on board for, because I don't invest in knives or very many skins, really, in general, especially, more expensive stuff like gems, like Doppler gems, because it just doesn't have as good price appreciation. There's a lot of expensive skins and expensive knives and gloves and stuff that you can look at the graphs, and they go up. You make money, and honestly, they end up being pretty good investments. Like, you outperform the stock market, or maybe you outperform crypto or whatever, but you don't outperform the best stuff in the CS2 markets. The best knives, I don't really think have done better than cases over the past couple years, or have done better than, the best trade up fillers or anything like that over the past couple years. And then honestly, you throw stat track on top of that as well. Maybe this person just thinks stat track knives are a little bit underrated, or they're easy to pick up or whatever, but stat track gems are very, very illiquid, and they're honestly not that high demand. Yeah, might they appreciate in price? Sure. And obviously the Fever Case has people really excited about gems and stuff right now, but stat track gems, that is not it for me. I'm staying the heck away from those. That is an easy F tier for me. I'm not sure what that person was thinking. At number 9, not number 9, it says layer 9 on my Photoshop, so I said number 9 for some reason. I feel like I'm making a 10-to-1 list. I'm not. This is a tier list. This is the OBS Safari Mesh, and what the idea here is, this is all of those active duty collections that are no longer in the active duty anymore. The ones that just got rotated out. I'm talking about like Lake, Italy, Bank, Train, I think are the 4. There's a ton of different skins here you can go with. You can go with the OBS Safari Mesh. You can go with the Candy Apple skins. You can go with the Mac 10 Silver. There's a bunch of different options, and they've all been doing insanely well in price. This is something that I am invested in, so to me, I have to put this up into the S tier. I like how many different options you have here. There's so many different price points. You have stuff that's super cheap like the OBS Safari Mesh. You have stuff that's a couple dollars. You have stuff that's more expensive. You have stuff at kind of all different rarities, and then in there you can even min-max it by getting maybe field tested, maybe minimal wear, maybe factory new. I don't know. But again, yes, I am a little bit worried that a lot of these skins are, have huge hundreds of thousands, if not millions of supply. But they're also skins that are very, very cheap play skins and have shown genuine demand over the years, even at the insane supply numbers. And now that they've been removed from the active duty, I think we're going to see some of the supply of them get eaten up by trade-ups. I think we're going to see some of the supply get eaten up by inactive accounts or banned accounts or whatever. And these are skins that people genuinely buy, genuinely use, and the price has been going up very, very fast for a reason. Yeah, it would have been better to buy them right when these things got removed, because a lot of the prices have gone up pretty crazy since then, but still, I think even at today's prices, these are a good investment. Like I said, I do own a couple hundred of the OBS Safari Meshes. I wish I would have bought more stuff a couple months ago, but hey, it is what it is. I think they're still S tier. At number 10, we have the Spectrum 2 case. Now, again, this is a case that I really like. This case is a little bit more expensive. I think this is between like $2 and $3 or something like that. But at that price point, it has some of the best unboxing numbers. This case does have genuine demand. It has very strong fundamentals. Again, it's a rare case where the supply is going to be dropping very quickly. It's a case that people are always going to have a reason to open. It's a case that people really enjoy opening. And like I said, yes, the price has been going up, but even at the higher price point, it still shows very strong fundamentals. It is a case that I do own, I think maybe a couple thousand of, something like that. I wish I owned more, but the Spectrum 2 case, that's going to be an S tier investment for me. That's a case that I love, and I think it's one of those medium to cheap rare cases that will continue to do very well in the coming years. Next up, we have RMR. Now, again, we got some great ideas from you guys on the YouTube and Twitter comments. And we also got some pretty terrible ideas as well. I don't know necessarily why people are talking about RMR. Again, RMR is kind of the meme of the CS2 investing world. It's like one of the worst items in CS2 history. Maybe this person was joking. Maybe they're serious. Maybe they think, now that RMR is like 5 going on 6 years old, it's going to make some kind of comeback or resurgence or whatever. I'm staying the heck away from it. Again, could RMR be an okay investment? Could you make money? Could it be profitable? Yeah, sure. But when I stack up RMR against cases, against trade up filler, against other kind of skins, there's no way I see RMR being anywhere near it in terms of the CS2 investing world. The supply is huge. They're ugly. They don't even look good. They don't have high application rates. Nobody wants them. So RMR is a pretty easy F tier for me. I don't really think there's too much to talk about or too much to say there. Next up, the gallery case. Now, this one is tough for me, and I know this is going to be a controversial one as well. I'm going to put the gallery case into the S tier, but if you had it in the A tier, I wouldn't argue with you too much, because there is a strategy and a saying in investing that it's better to be late than to be wrong. So if you did want to wait for the gallery case to actually be removed from the armory until before you invested in it, I think that's actually okay. But I am still pretty confident that the gallery case and most of the stuff we see in the armory right now will be removed and will be discontinued. So I have been buying the gallery case by the thousands. I own a couple thousand of these right now. It's one of my biggest investments right now by a dollar amount, and I don't know, the gallery case to me, it has kukri knives, which I know people don't love, but they're not the worst knives in the world. There's a couple good ones in there. You have the kukri blue gems, you have the kukri fade, you have some cool ones. I also think it has some nice skins in it as well, but also if it is a case that goes discontinued, all discontinued cases that we have in CS2 right now have really exploded in price. So I think there's a very big opportunity there. Yes, there is some risk, but hey, with great opportunity at reward, there has to be some risk. You can't get the risk and reward both have to be there. So yeah, there is some negatives for the gallery. There is some downside. There is some potential risk, but I'm willing to take that. And I'm actually using these times right now where the gallery case is kind of gate kept at that 80-cent price point to accumulate as many as I can. And honestly, as all other cases continue to go up in price, that makes these cases that are kind of artificially kept down to that 80-cent price point even better investments. So I'm loading up on gallery, and if and when it does get removed, it's going to be a huge payday for me, but maybe it never happens. Maybe I look like a fool. Maybe I lose a couple $1,000s. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, it's an 80-cent case. I don't really even think there's too much downside potential, even if it never gets removed from the armory. Am I going to lose a ton of money? I don't really think so. Next up, we have the Fever case. This case is insane. It is one of the best cases in CS2 of all time. It has some unboxing numbers that we've never seen in the history of CS2. I'm going to be moving it up into the A tier just because, again, we don't know if and when it's going to be removed, and it's probably going to stay in the armory for a while. Again, it's making Valve a ton of money. People love it. People continue to unbox it. It has great reds. It has great pinks. It has great golds. It really checks all the boxes, but it is going to, be removed after, or seemingly after, the gallery case. So even if we don't know when the gallery case is going to be removed, then we really don't know when the Fever case is going to be removed. But if you were buying Fever cases right now at, 80, 70, 60 cents, whatever, I would not knock it all, and I would still think you're going to make a lot of money in the future. This is an insane case, one of the best cases of all time, and obviously I think cases are an amazing investment. So if you're putting money into one of the best cases in CS2 history, I don't really think there's too much risk there. I don't really think there's too much that could go wrong. Next up, we have the Prisma case, and somebody was talking about the Prisma and the Prisma 2 cases. These are an easy S tier for me. Again, these ones have a very nice price point. They're still sitting at under $2. They're in like the $1.50 range, somewhere in there, and they have absolutely insane unboxing numbers. The fundamentals are amazing. Prisma cases, whether you're going for Prisma or Prisma 2, I prefer Prisma 2. It's actually, I believe, the case that I own the most of right now, and the case that I have the most money into right now. I prefer the Prisma 2, but Prisma 1 is also very strong. Don't really think you can go wrong there. Next up, the Operation Riptide case. This is going to be a B C tier for me. I do own a couple hundred Riptide cases, and they are very expensive, and that is kind of what I'm worried about. Yeah, discontinued cases are insane investments. They've all had insane price appreciation. They've all done very, very well, but the Riptide case, it's like over $10 now. Like, how easy is it going to be to go to $20 or $30 or $50 or whatever? I don't know. I do think, obviously, the supply is very, very, very limited. These are getting more rare. These do have reasons to unbox them with some very, very awesome golds inside the Riptide case. So again, I don't think you're going to lose money. I don't think they're going to be a bad investment, but do I think they're going to be able to keep up with and outperform other CS2 investments and other cases out there? No, I don't really think so. And I'm just a little bit worried about the price point. But other than that, the fundamentals of Riptide are absolutely insane. And again, I would still rather have Riptide than all the other stuff below it on the tier list. But am I actively going out and looking to buy Riptide cases right now? No, not really. But the ones that I do own, I'm going to hold, and I still think I'm going to do well with them. Next up, we have the Austin Major stickers. Now, for me, I guess these were going to be a C tier, but they could be F tier as well. I don't know. I do love, obviously, that the Austin Major stickers are bordered. I do love that they did something different with them. I do also love that you have the option to scrape them down to borderless. I think they did a lot of cool stuff, but still, there's just so much that scares me about major investing right now. One, we have no idea how long Valve is going to make that sale last, and if they do make it last, 100, 200, 250 days, whatever the heck stupid stuff they've been doing, we're going to get ridiculous supply numbers on it, and that's going to make it really, really hard for investing. We also don't know, is Valve going to continue to put out stuff just like this? It's going to compete with it. I don't know. There's just so many question marks, and overall, the market sentiment and the vibes and the popularity of major stickers right now is very, very, very low, and that just has me worried. And again, there's so many players right now. There's so much money in CS2 markets, and these things are so cheap, especially at the 25-cent price point. People are able to buy up so many of them that supply just becomes absolutely insane, and I don't really think it makes an investment great. Again, if you wanted to put this F tier, I wouldn't even argue, but there's no way the Austin stickers are higher than a C tier to me, and I'm definitely staying away from them. I will not be buying any Austin stickers, at least as investments. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about in this video today real quick, this is Sport and Field fillers. This is an S tier to me. Again, if you want to put it in A tier, if you want to wait till they're actually removed from the armory, I wouldn't argue with you there, but that is the FAS Half Sleeve, which again is one of the lowest rarity skins in the Sport and Field collection. Sport and Field collection being the one that trades up to the M4 Fade. If you go back and look, all collections, historically, where they've traded up into something very, very popular and very high in demand, like the M4 Fade is, all of those fillers have done insanely well. So if you go out and buy the very, very cheap fillers, which again, you can buy FAS half sleeves for like 15, 20, 25 cents, something like that. And I think in the coming years, especially if and when this collection does become discontinued, these are going to make a ton of money. These are one that I actually am investing in. I'm buying like Mag 7 Wildwoods. I'm buying FAS half sleeves. And I think we're going to make some money. I definitely love those. Now, again, I also wouldn't mind buying the Overpass collection trade-up fillers and trade-up skins, the low rarity stuff, the cheap stuff. But I am going to be staying away from the graphic design collection. I am going to be staying away from the train collection as well. Because those reds don't have as much demand and people don't really care about them as much. So the trade-ups and the lower tier skins maybe aren't going to have as much demand and might not have as much price appreciation. But this is, I believe, like 15 items that you guys suggested as far as CS2 investing goes that I turned into a little tier list here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you guys did enjoy this and like this idea, format, segment, whatever, we can definitely do more of this in the future. So let me know what you guys think about this and let me know what items you'd like to see in the next Ultimate CS2 Investing tier list. Pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.